Hey everyone! Today we're going to be talking about the Mediterranean diet by myself, Noli Hiller, Kaylee Patterson, and Riley Smith.
So here's a quick overview of what we are going to be talking about in our project. We'll be talking about the origin of the Mediterranean diet and where it started and what started it. We're going to tell you about what the Mediterranean diet is and everything about it and what foods are good in it, who recommends the diet, so what agencies promote this diet as a healthy one, the benefits that come from trying this diet, some possible reasons that you might use to avoid the diet, example of foods and meals that follow the diet, cultural considerations of the diet, myths and facts about the diet, and then a conclusion of our presentation.
The Mediterranean diet originated in a portion of land that's been considered unique, the Mediterranean basin. So we're looking at countries like Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Greece, and Turkey, and a few others. All of these countries are bordering the Mediterranean Sea. Historians have referred to this area as the cradle of society. They've called it this due to the historical significance of the area. We've seen so much culture and history and Western civilization be brought up in this area. The origin of the diet has developed for many years from ancient Rome to today. The rich and elite classes of ancient Rome loved to eat a variety of fish, which costed a lot of money, while the poor classes, their diets consisted more of breads, olives, and not a lot of meat. The traditions of this diet have continued to grow and evolve into a diet that we can still follow today that promotes healthy practices. So what is the Mediterranean diet? The Mediterranean diet intertwines natural foods and the eating practices of people living in the Mediterranean basin. So countries we mentioned like Spain, France, Portugal, Italy, Greece, Turkey, and a few others. A Mediterranean diet typically includes lots of fruits and vegetables, so a few examples would be like avocado, tomato, bell peppers, and so many others. We also see bread, grains, potatoes, nuts, and seeds. You'll often see olive oil as a fat source in this diet. You'll also see dairy, eggs, fish, and poultry, but only in moderate amounts, so you see a lot of salmon and chicken and turkey in this diet. You'll see a lot more fish and poultry over red meat, so you don't see a lot of steaks or any cow meat in this diet. There's a focus on minimally processed plant-based products, so we're going to see a lot of whole foods like whole vegetables, whole grain, whole fruits. Wine may be consumed in this diet, but in very low amounts, and then you'll often see fruit replace sweets as dessert. So who recommends this diet? The American Heart Association, known as the AHA, states that the Mediterranean diet can help you achieve the American Heart Association's recommendations for a healthy dietary pattern. We also see the World Health Organization, also known as WHO, describe the Mediterranean diet as a heart-healthy eating plan. So we see both the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization talk about how this diet is super healthy for the heart. We see lots of low sodium and low fat foods that promote heart-healthy patterns. The USDA Dietary Guidelines for Americans 2020 to 2025 express that the Mediterranean diet simultaneously addresses nutrient needs while promoting health and reducing the risk of chronic disease. So very similar to the same things that the World Health Organization has said and the American Heart Association.
Because the Mediterranean diet consists of such large quantities of fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts, fish, and olive oil, these combinations help reduce the risk of several serious mental and physical health problems. Some examples are it can prevent heart disease and strokes, which is prevented by limiting processed foods and red meat. It can keep you agile, which comes from good nutrients found in the diet to help with muscle strength. It can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and by improving your cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Having the risk of Parkinson's disease by having high levels of antioxidants. It can increase longevity. There's protection against type 2 diabetes. With a diet rich in fiber, it can help prevent swings in your blood sugar. This diet, partnered with adequate physical activity, will account for good changes in your life. Some reasons to avoid the Mediterranean diet are you can gain weight from consuming large amounts of fats, so you should be careful with your intake of olive oil and nuts. You may suffer from low iron levels. So following the Mediterranean diet, it's important to eat foods that are rich in iron or vitamin C to help your body absorb iron. You may suffer from a loss of calcium from consuming less dairy. So some people ask their healthcare providers for a calcium supplement if they feel that they are deficient in that area. Overconsumption of wine may cause excessive alcohol use. Consuming large amounts of alcohol that could affect someone if they are pregnant, at risk for breast cancer, or if they suffer from any other health conditions as well. So here are some examples of meals that follow the Mediterranean diet. A Mediterranean healthy plate should have the plate filled with 1/4 of protein sources. Half of your plate should be filled with non-starchy vegetables, such as carrots or broccoli. 1/4 of your plate should be filled with healthy grains or starches, such as whole wheat pasta or quinoa, something like that. If you want to go grocery shopping, you can get non-starchy vegetables, which you should be having 5 or more servings a day. You should get fruit, which is about 2 to 4 servings a day. Milk products and cheese, about 1 to 2 cups a day. Whole grains should be consumed daily. Fats and oils should also be consumed daily. Fish and seafood, you should eat fish at least twice a week. Poultry should be eaten weekly. Sweets and processed foods can be bought, but they should only be eaten about a few times a month. And red wine, if you're over the legal drinking age, should be per your doctor's advice. Some examples of meal ideas for breakfast are avocado toast, an egg omelet with potatoes, tuna or salmon musubi. For lunch and dinner, good meals are a tofu wrap, ground turkey or chicken chili, chickpea salad, grilled portobello and vegetable sandwich or bean tacos. Some good snacks are an Okinawan sweet potato, hummus with veggies or whole wheat pita bread, light microwave popcorn, bean salad, or edamame with shells. Here are the cultural considerations of the Mediterranean diet. Adopting to the culinary ways of people from southern Italy and an island in Greece, you will find that your social, physical, and dietary ways will help lower your risk from cancer and cardiovascular disease. The Mediterranean diet uses healthy and natural foods to make sure you get the correct amount of nutrients. The Mediterranean lifestyle pattern will also improve your mental health by encouraging eating with friends and family and going on walks. It encourages a heavy number of interactions with others. The Mediterranean diet emphasizes community, hospitality, and respect for diversity in your community. It is most popular in countries that border the Mediterranean Sea. Some of these countries are Albania, Algeria, Croatia, Cyprus, Egypt, France, Greece, Israel, Italy, Lebanon, Libya, Malta, Morocco, Portugal, Spain, Syria, Tunisia, and Turkey.
Myth versus fact. One common myth is that the Mediterranean diet is expensive and not cost-effective. However, the use of beans and lentils for protein and consuming whole grains and other forms of produce can lower costs per meal in comparison to traditional diets. Another myth is that the Mediterranean diet is only about food. However, this involves lifestyle changes and aspects such as longer meal times and eating with friends, and then a lot of physical activity as well. Another myth is that since there's wine in the diet, consuming more wine would make the diet healthier. However, moderation must still be practiced, with 1 drink a day for women and 2 for men to reach moderation limits. In conclusion, the Mediterranean diet is a heart-healthy diet that emphasizes healthy fats, whole foods, and an abundance of fruits and vegetables. This diet can lower the risk for heart disease, stroke, and improve cognitive function long-term, preventing diseases such as Alzheimer's. This can also prevent chronic ailments such as type 2 diabetes. However, there are some negative consequences associated with this diet, including an increased chance of anemia, unintended weight gain, excessive alcohol use due to the inclusion of wine within the diet, or low bone density due to a lack of calcium, considering this diet has a low dietary intake of dairy. The use of this diet, in addition to positive lifestyle choices, can create a higher quality of life for all that use it.
And here's our reference page. Thank you so much for watching our presentation on the Mediterranean diet, and we hope that you learned something new.